We gonna take this slow. We just gonna peel it back layer by layer.
All right, you ready?
Do we ever get a part two?
No, Drake never responded. That's why I said Kendrick should do a diss that got Megan and Push on it. And be like, you need to respond to them first before I say anything to you. All right, here we go.
And call it Surgical Summer Part 2. Hilarious.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the Blackout Tips Podcast. I'm your host, Rod, joined as always by my co-host,
Karen.
And we're here on a Sunday night. We were supposed to do Sunday morning, but JL Covan in typical JL Covan luck fashion, he couldn't make it because he's got something going on with some dental issues that just popped out of nowhere. So we're gonna
get a break, can he?
Yeah, we're gonna try to do it again next Sunday. But as you know, as they say in the Bible, JL plans and God laughs. You know, that's just how it goes. Get well soon, buddy. I think he's on the mend, but it's just taking a while. The official weapon of the show is
phone chair,
and the unofficial sport
bullet ball.
And bullet ball extreme. Karen, do you have any banter for today?
I guess so. Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, let me play some music.
I love you.
That's kind of laid back. All right, banter me down, baby.
I wanted to talk about. This time of the year is my favorite time of the year for people that are NBA fans.
The time when you watch Bleach all day and I watch basketball.
I've watched some of the games.
To watch basketball.
Now,
it's my favorite too.
Yesterday I watched the games. Today I was watching Bleach. I know that Miami got beat. Boston beat them.
Yeah, I knew that was.
That
series shouldn't be close. Jimmy Butler isn't even playing.
Right.
If Boston somehow even loses a game in that series, then they wet the bed.
Right. And so I've been kind of peeping in and out of the games today because I have been watching Bleach today. I'm not even gonna lie. But if you are an NBA fan, the next 2 months are going to be a lot of fun until they start dwindling them down until you get to like the final two teams. It has been fun from the plans and all that stuff. It was 4 games yesterday, 4 games today. Gonna have games during the week. I stay up till I get sleepy. Them shits be up way past my bedtime. I'm like, time to go sleep. But it has really been fun watching the basketball games.
Yeah, I've been having fun too. I love the NBA, and it's my favorite time of year with the playoffs and with there just being games on all the time, every night. And then, everybody's playing for different reasons, different legacies, and seeing the storylines unfold. Anthony Edwards went the fuck off yesterday. In one of those just like I'm here type of games where you hope that he can sustain that type of performance. Obviously, he won't repeat the exact performance, but those type of statement games is what I live for. Because Bomani always talks about greats passing the torch, but I don't believe in that. I don't think greats pass the torch. I think people take the torch.
Yes, they do.
Because typically the people who are great their job is not to actually help the league in any way beyond what they can get for themselves. Like
right,
they're not the commissioner. I'm LeBron James. I'm Michael Jordan. I'm Larry Bird. Like recognizing other people are great after you're gone, that's easy. Like you ain't playing no more. It's easy for this to give some props or whatever. But I've never felt like Michael Jordan passed the torch to Kobe and Shaq and them. Nah, they beat him, and when he was done and tried to come back with the Wizards, it wasn't like it was his league anymore. And we just understood that. I feel like LeBron is playing right now and for the most part, people understand it's not necessarily his league anymore, even as much as we appreciate what he's able to do at his age. I don't think I don't know. I think you'd be a fool to be picking him over Denver. Not saying Denver can't lose to anyone, but just I feel like that's the team that no one watches. That's just got a stick that people don't understand.
If the Lakers beat Denver, LeBron is the GOAT. Like you literally.
That's how much I don't think it'll happen. It's like saying. I feel the same way about when I say if Caitlin Clark beats South Carolina, where I'm like, because it ain't gonna happen. But yeah, if it happens, sure, I'll completely entertain that you're the greatest player of all time, because I can't imagine any player doing anything to that stick of a team that Don got. But yeah, I've been enjoying the playoffs as well. And I was trying to think that I thought I had something. Oh, so I was chatting with a couple friends. And we'll get into it in the news too, but the topic of essentially like disses and rap came up, and this is something I think people understand it that are close to me. I always strive for self-awareness so that I don't never get caught out here being hypocritical and not aware of it. I feel like everyone's hypocritical, but you can be aware of it and be like, oh yeah, I'm kind of not congruent with what I said earlier.
And I know it and I acknowledge it, and you ain't got to call me out on it, right?
Well, just, I feel like there's great power in that level of awareness. And also just, my current belief system is that a lot of our interactions with each other are about taking away our objectivity and taking away our ability to reason beyond the moment, and just everything's just like a dopamine hit that you get within 60 seconds as opposed to long-term thoughts and plans and stuff, right? So we were talking, and the subject of rap battles and disses came up and shit, and this is a person that doesn't like Drake, and they were kind of parsing these reasons for why certain things he was doing was over the top, but other people were doing stuff and it didn't bother them as much, but it was stuff where people were talking shit about Drake. And I was like, I'm gonna just stop you right here. I don't even believe in this. I believe in a rap battle, diss, whatever. It's whatever. I drop all my political beliefs. I drop all my isms. I'm not looking for the person to be right. It's not a debate. I don't care if you morally have the victory and you're the higher consciousness, but your ass is dropping whack shit. It don't matter.
Right, it's still whack.
Me. Great. Go home and be a family man. You should have never got involved in this.
Right.
It's like how I can understand and appreciate a pugilist like Floyd Mayweather, and I see why people think he's the greatest pound for pound, blah, blah, blah. But I'd be lying if I said something visceral inside of me didn't react to a nigga getting knocked the fuck out. With someone it's that lie. It's like why, it's hard for me to listen to sports people that pontificate so hard on concussions and CTE and safety, because I'm like, yeah, but then y'all kind of say all the time football ain't football anymore. This shit is weak now. Why, man, why they calling all these penalties on the defense? So many
flags. Yep.
Because at the end of the day, you don't like that. It's I don't like hand checking, blah blah blah, and then the league says, okay, we calling all the tic-tac fouls, and they're like, no, not that. You should have to go through a nigga chest to dunk on him. It should be some contact, and then that's what I really want to see. We don't want to admit it. We want to pretend we're higher beings, and when it comes to this kind of shit, I'm not. I'm not even gonna sit up here and hold you. I'm not gonna pretend I'm better than this. I was laughing so hard when Pusha T said Drake's homie was dying. He said he was dying. He said he looked 6'6", OVO 40, hunched over like he 80. He said he's 6'6". He talking about how much time he got left to live. Tick, tick, tick. That's not a good person. And you can't be a good person and enjoy that and then be like, but Drake really should have left the misogyny at home. No, right. No. I don't want to hear that it's fat phobic for Drake and Rick Ross to talk about each other's bodies. I miss me with that shit. Y'all people can do that in their circles. I don't want to be in them. And I not want to be in them because I'm better than you. No, it's because I'm not better than you. And while you just gonna find out how fucked up I am. You know, Tupac talking about fucking Big's wife and shit. I don't care. You know, the person was like, you know, because Chris Brown's bringing up fucking, you know, Quavo, Sweetie and shit. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. The Tupac started the song. That wasn't even in the rap. The song started. He's like, that's why I fucked your bitch. Like, you didn't even get a chance to breathe and hear the beat.
Come on to make first words.
I'm sorry, but I love that song. I love it. I'm like Kobe when he got his nose broken in the All-Star game. He's like, I love it. Like, I'm not. I like the morality is completely flipped when they going at each other. So yeah, I just can't. I'm sorry, I can't pretend. You know, I'm not even gonna outrage flop with y'all. It's not about favors. If Kendrick come out and say some super foul shit about Drake, I'm gonna be with it. And it's not because it's against Drake. It's just because they fighting. This is what a fight is. I'm not the pull your punches guy. Like, no, if you're gonna do it, go ahead and do it. You know, don't leave nothing on the table.
If not, stay at home.
When you lose, don't be like, I ain't want to go too far. I thought I didn't like it. This is going back maybe 20 years now. I didn't like it when Jay-Z apologized about Super Ugly. Where he was like, I shouldn't have, my mom told me I went too far on that denials. I'm like, yeah, you lost then, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, that, too bad for you. I was listening to the shit like, oh, what's Nas gonna say back to this? You know what I mean? Like, that's, y'all were fighting.
Right, y'all were fighting.
Like, don't try to make me feel bad for enjoying the fight. Then don't fight. That, like, you know, only thing in hindsight J. Cole did wrong was put that song out. He should have never put the song out. Then he would have had to hire moral ground. But anyway, just know yourself. If you know yourself, nobody really can use anything against you.
Right.
You'll never catch yourself out here doing this fake ass outrage flopping that people do daily. And I feel like people are being set up to be used based off of that. It's so easy. Sometimes, man, I just look at people. I'm like, God, if I was just a worse person. People are so fucking gullible. And they literally just live second to second. Like, just
no forethought. Yes.
No, like, damn, yesterday I felt this way. Today I'm saying the opposite thing than I normally say. How is this congruent with my belief system?
They don't care.
Because I think most people live in a world where no one's paying attention to them.
Right.
They pay attention to all the other people, right? They got every celebrity's fucking everything.
Yeah, but they never pay attention to themselves.
But they just live with the benefit of no one holds them accountable. No one gives a fuck. So then they can pretend to hold everyone else accountable. It's like, oh, right. I'm holding this celebrity I don't know accountable. It's like, no, you're just gossiping like the rest of us. Mm-hmm. But man, it's just, I'm always constantly seeing people. I'm like, I thought you was against that. So anyway, anything else, Karen?
That and the last thing, and this is not a big thing. My hair has grown a lot. It could be put in a ponytail. I was like, let's go ponytails. I like ponytails.
Yeah, it has grown a lot.
I was like, I put them in like big braids, like plaits, and then I put it back, and I was like, hey, it's some on the back end. So when your mama did my hair, I asked her to put in the ponytail. I was like, let's go ponytail.
Wow, it's come a long way.
Child, me and Becky smacking y'all with our ponytails. Let's go.
All right, you ready to get into the show?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get into some news. So I guess the first news that I noticed this morning was people was going in on Jill Scott when I woke up. And I said, oh man, what Jill Scott done did, you know?
Right. She don't really bother nobody.
Yeah,
Not too quick.
Jill Scott is bae for the most part, and you know, for the most part, she don't spend a lot of time tweeting and going back and forth on the internet. You know, she pops up every once in a while. Remember how much everybody loved her, and I think Erykah Badu during the verses. Loved her on Black Lightning.
Yes,
you know?
I loved her on Black Lightning. It is one of those things. Me and your mama, I made like a list of people that I want to see live that are still living, and she's on the list. You know, she tours, but it's kind of hard to kind of get to where she is. But if she ever swings around here next time, I would definitely try to go see her, because everybody says she does a great show live.
I love how bold you were to say that without knowing what I'm about to bring up, and knowing that they started this with everybody's mad at her. And you like, oh, I love her so much. I can't wait to go to a concert and give her money and support everything she do.
Okay, go ahead.
So apparently everyone was mad because she tweeted about Chris Brown. She said, so after her new song came out, she tweeted, at Chris Brown is amazing. I mean, his new song came out, the one dissing Quavo, I think. At Chris Brown, so she added him, is amazing. How does anybody sing like that? Dance, look, act, and rap like that? Beyond gifted. It appears exceptional people have to go through exceptional fire emoji. There's nothing to debate. That's your girl.
What a statement.
Mm-hmm. So of course, go ahead and defend it since you want to go to a concert. I think that's how this works. If you enjoy something anybody's done, you have to defend everything they've ever done. I think that's how that works.
Child, no, I don't, and I will still be going to the concert. Child, no.
Okay, all right. Well, she got some people in her comments. Obviously, a person said, I think the women he's abused would disagree. Now, I do have to say, that is a typical Twitter escalation response, because I didn't read that and think, yeah, because she thinks abusing women is okay. You know, I think if most of what I took from it was what I call the King David approach that people do all the time with people that are fucked up, where they do the like, he's just going through some trials and tribulations, and they never say like
yada yada what they actually did.
They never say self-inflicted. Much of it self-inflicted.
Yes, it is self-inflicted.
This wasn't a tragedy that happened to Chris Brown.
It was beyond his control. Correct.
It's his defenders constantly. They just keep acting like you're bringing up old shit because they think you're talking about Rihanna, but he's continued to do stuff as recently as a couple years ago. So, and he's never really had that mea culpa and stuff. He's tried to be apologetic, but he's flipped the fuck out. You know, fucked up the dressing room. Had angry interviews with people that question him. And while there is empathy and sympathy that you can have for any human being, it's harder to yada 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 a person that continually does stuff. And I know people that do it, you know, recreationally for whatever agendas they hold, but I always found it to be kind of corny and irresponsible and not something that they would do for everybody. It's, you know, if you out here pissed that some comedian made a joke 30 years ago, but nobody can be mad at Chris Brown for all the shit he's been doing and the altercation he gets in all the time. No one can think that's a bad look. That's crazy to me, right? And of course, he has his fans that don't give a fuck about any of this. And
agreed.
You know, for the most part, that's what they feel. That's what they feel. I'm not arguing he shouldn't exist or something. But anyway, all that stuff to say, I don't think she was trying to say like fuck them women or whatever. But Jill has a history. She was a Bill Cosby defender until late in the game. You know, took a lot of a lot of flack for that shit. I think she's kind of a person that has like empathy for you know, black dudes and stuff, empathy for these people she looks up to, and wants to voice positivity. You know, that's her big thing, is staying positive all the time, basically. And this was her way of trying to stay positive, but Twitter's not a place you go for that.
No, it is not.
And Chris Brown's a non-starter. I think the other part is the King David thing. Is I've seen it happen with so many dudes, right? Derrick Rose is a good example. Derrick Rose, of course, gets injured on the court. That's no fault of his. But the sexual assault case off the court and his testimony where he says he didn't know what consent means, people rightfully did not appreciate that and did not want to root for him and didn't feel, you know, like there was ever a proper mea culpa from him on that. Fine. But it's basketball and the game is to play basketball. So eventually he keeps playing basketball and he gets into a good situation in league. He gets healthy finally. He starts playing well for a team. And all of a sudden it was embattled player, comeback player of the year. You know, he really came through a lot of trials and tribulations. He really overcame, and never just, what did he overcome?
Right.
Because are we talking about his knee injury from 4 years ago, or are we talking about his off the court sexual assault trial? And that's not necessarily the same to people. And so I think that's what people were reacting to with this Chris Brown thing.
Yeah, and I can see that, and that's reasonable. Like you say, something like that for a lot of people is a non-starter, regardless, because it's him. And you know, even as the last year, this year, he was going to be one of the people selected for the Celebrity All-Star, and it was some of the sponsors like, "Oh, if he's there, we're not sponsoring," because he's still a hot button topic. Because, you know, truth be told, he really hasn't, quote unquote, done the thing to repair his image. He's just like, enough time, y'all over it. And everybody was like, no, nigga, we not. And then he'll go away. He'll be like, y'all ain't over it. No, you didn't actually come out and like do a sincere apology. You didn't do any of the quote unquote things that, you know, the PR people say you're supposed to do. You just was like, enough time is past. Y'all just supposed to get over it. And people go, no, we're never going to get over it.
And I admit that our generation, to me, is a bit hypocritical about Chris Brown, being that he's not really one of our guys. He came a little bit after people around our age. And what he did was to a very famous woman that we like and know and quote unquote. And so there's also a thing there where people want to admit that part of their issue is, well, yeah, it's Rihanna. If it was Gucci Mane throwing somebody out the side of his car, well, we don't know that woman.
Right.
So he gets to move on with his life, and who gives a fuck? The myriad women that have accused people of assault, you know, we still want to see Dr. Dre at the halftime of the Super Bowl. We don't care about that shit. That's just what it is.
Right.
You know, the only time people bring up D Barnes is to gotcha. To do a gotcha on Dr. Dre, but they don't, for the most part, they don't really care. You know, 50 Cent has been terrible to women the whole time I've known of him, and yet people will, you know, case by case basis use him as some type of paragon of black women and shit. And I'm like, yeah, y'all just say shit. Y'all really just say shit from second to second. But Chris Brown is a non-starter, as you said on Twitter. Specifically because it's Chris Brown.
Yes.
Like honestly, there's other people that people have let slide. If you said Mike Tyson, there are people that I remember one time, man, on Facebook, it was crazy. This person that's extremely well known for being a black feminist told me on my Facebook page that Mike Tyson basically didn't do it, which is why she could still enjoy Mike Tyson, because he never changed his story. He always said he didn't do it. And I said, yeah, but the black woman who he was convicted of raping also never changed her story.
Did not.
So it's but it's interesting because I think it's this phenomenon that I'm always bringing up, which is because of fan and stan culture and what I would call consumption culture, we think our consumption must be virtuous. And instead of operating on the, well, that means I will not eat this and do that and do this, which some people do, but just it's almost impossible in America to truly live that type of existence.
Agreed. That's why.
So,
Go ahead.
So what happens instead is the opposite, which is easier to obtain because it's a lie. A lie is always easier to obtain. And so the lie we say is, well, if I like the person, they're good. If I spend my money on the thing, it's good. So now when you tell me the person that I spend my money on is a bad person, I'm like, no, I have to fight against that. I have to argue with you, because what you're really saying is that I'm a bad person for supporting them or spending my money or whatever it is that I'm doing. And I think that's the current moment that we're in, where it's someone's got to tell me Mike Tyson's innocent. You got to tell me Kobe didn't do it. You got to tell me Michael Jackson is innocent or whatever, because we just can't reckon with, or maybe they did it. And if they did do it, fuck. You know, there were people calling in the Karen Hunter show being like, OJ innocent. Like, yeah, because we can't live in a world where you think he's charismatic or funny, or you think it's funny that white people were so mad, but also he did do that shit.
Right. And like I said, I am the type of person, everybody has their lines on where they draw their lines for different people and who they will and won't support. I try my best to live in reality. And just because you are very talented and you do something very well, and I might like it and consume it and spend my money on it, it does not mean I have a loyalty to support everything and every opinion. And you are an individual person. There are a lot of fucked up people that are very talented, that can do great things, that people spend a lot of money on and support them. And, you know, if that's the case, you won't support anything because everybody has done something fucked up that crosses whatever your line is. And if that's the case, you won't enjoy anything, you know. So I'm like, I am not gonna lie to myself and say everybody that I love their music and like their shit, they are moral, high standard individual people, and they will never do anything fucked up against how I feel. No, and I won't turn around and support their bullshit either. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go, yeah, I like that and I like that music. Do I support your bullshit? No. And I mentally can separate the two. A lot of people cannot. That's fine. That's why you consistently angry and you don't like anything, because most of everything you consume is fucked up by somebody.
Well, that's the thing. I actually think people, because I'm consistently talking about this and being, I always say I'm not a boycott person because I don't like something. If it's just not a good time, that's typically when I bow out, because it's just not a good time. It's not because, oh my God, what a reprehensible person I can't, right? Because I was never buying the music or playing the game or whatever because I thought they were a good person. I was always playing it for my own enjoyment. That was the balance. Entertainment is for my enjoyment. That's it. And I think,
and once you stop entertaining me, I'm out.
After Tumblr and some of the other stuff on the internet, like culture, it just changed into like, no, I consume this because I'm a good person, and they make it because they're a good person, and we're all good people, and we're all in this relationship between artist and fan, where we're all just having good times as good people. And when they do something incongruent with that, first thing I got to do is hop up and defend them, because I can't accept a world where they're wrong and everyone knows it, right? So anyway, Chris Brown, and he's kind of getting this religious whitewashing thing that we see all the time, because the response that Jill Scott had to, I think the women he's abused would disagree. She said, I doubt it. My mother's ex-husband was a mean, violent human, and he could lay foundation better than anyone in my city. What he did with cement was awe-inspiring. We got away. He got a raise and a praise for his ability. God dealt with the rest. And I think God dealt with the rest is the way of saying, like, whatever, he got what he deserved or something came to him. I don't think she's saying that in a positive way of like, God praised that man and helped him. I don't know. But she could also mean maybe he got saved or something. I don't know what God dealt with the rest means for sure. She didn't seem to elaborate.
And everybody's different. And some people might be like, yeah, God can deal with the rest, but this jail can too, or whatever, like other things outside of God, right?
Well, here's the thing I think is interesting. We do know for a fact that Rihanna talked about Chris Brown being talented after the ordeal that they went through. After he put his hands on her and shit. I know people will be like, well, they was fighting in the car. Well, I don't know what to tell you. If one person looks like that, it's hard for me to just go, yeah, man, it was just a fight. You know, I don't know what y'all's relationship is with putting your hands on people, but even if it's two men, if one of you end up looking like that, I typically would associate that with one person got beat up.
Mm-hmm.
But at any rate, she's saying that, and I think people are misconstrued what she's saying on purpose. But what she's really saying there is his talent is separate than what he's done, and that there are talented people who do fucked up things.
I agree.
And she used her mom and herself as examples of victims of a man who they can admit he had a talent for laying cement or whatever the fuck, but also terrorized them and they had to escape him. People took this as if she was like saying something I think she wasn't saying. And I think then you get caught up in people with bad faith takes versus you trying to defend yourself. And it's never going to look good because all of us are just going to take what you say in defense of yourself and just double down and make you seem like a worse and worse person regardless.
Right, regardless of who was replying. Like I said, people didn't know the replies. What is she really replying to? She
says, and even he has something to offer about that man. He was sick, hurt, and did cruel things. I forgave him because of his trauma. Did I forget? Never. So I try my best to choose better. I failed a few times, but not in that abusive area. When another fan told her that they just couldn't look past Chris's history, Jill responded and said she's not here to fight anyone else's battles. Since women hear the stories, they should avoid that street. Running backwards and moving traffic makes zero sense. Therapy for every damn body, she wrote. And because I think what this is, the undercurrent of what really was happening here is not about her sentiment or what she said. Because I actually think that sentiment is very popular, that King David framing of people that do horrible shit, deal with the consequences, and then people go, but it's happening because he's a great man. That's the framing that I would learned about King David in a lot of times in school, in Bible school and early in church. It was a lot of, he was a great man that did fucked up things, but because he was so great, his mistakes were so great. And because his faith in God was so great, it didn't matter how flawed he was, because he still repented in his deathbed and went to heaven or whatever, like this idea of like, yeah, he was fucked up, but that's how great of a soldier for God he was, is that God brought him through all those things that he did and killing that man and taking his wife, but for God, for David, it's just very. And I've never liked it because it felt like a way to excuse people's horrible behavior.
Yes.
For things and be like, yeah, but it's just because he's a great man of God. And so, and I feel like they do this all the time. Like David comes up when great men of God, quote unquote, get caught doing horrible things. It's like, well, it's like King David kind of. It's like, I didn't agree to that. But anyway, all that to say, like, this idea is actually the crux of restorative justice,
which a lot of them niggas won't.
It's the crux of prison abolition. It's the crux of no police. The crux of it is this idea of we got to figure a way out to forgive everybody, even when they don't know what the fuck, they don't even do the right things to be forgiven. If we don't have no prison, there's nowhere to put this person. If they don't want to admit they got a problem, we got to find a way to forgive them and move past it without them actually doing the steps that we typically make people do to forgive them, which is normally like go to jail, pay a fine, show contrition. Some of these motherfuckers are just continually fucking up. And I think religion and therapy and stuff, a lot of ways gives us rationale to find a way to deal with our feelings about what we can't control. What we can't control in the situation is Chris Brown. Chris Brown is going to continue to be R&B's bad boy and do whatever the fuck he wants and say crazy shit. And so now you're quote unquote forgiving him when he ain't really did shit to show he should be forgiven. Right? Like, but the people that believe in that, the same people probably in her mentions being like, what the fuck is wrong with you having empathy for this guy? But it starts with empathy. That's really the crux of it. She has empathy for people that are abusive. She didn't say she didn't have empathy for people who've been abused. She mentions her mother. She mentions herself as people who have been abused. She clearly has empathy for herself and her mom. So it's not that. She's not saying that man was right to beat my mom or whatever. She's like, I just have empathy and I had therapy and this is how I move forward. I'm like, you can express those thoughts on Twitter. They're not your friends. You might be able to tell somebody this in the group chat, on the phone,
in real life,
in person, on a podcast,
and even in a conference or something like that, where it's designed.
There's a level
open,
of
right?
understanding people would have of like, okay, these are complicated feelings you're trying to voice and rationalize.
Right.
As soon as you say Chris Brown, it's boo. Boo.
The crowd is booing and throwing tomatoes.
She says, I caution those who refuse to forgive because they will undoubtedly need forgiveness at some point in their lives. We're all flawed and need help. Power to people who move past violence. The past is a terrible reminder and the future is ours. Once again, all mistakes ain't the same. And I hear what she's saying. I just don't think these people practice forgiveness in that way. Not with this kind of stuff. Not with celebrities and stuff like they don't even like. They were mad at Taylor Swift for a lyric on her album this week. It's like this is not a normal environment.
No, it's not.
Like this is not a place you go for that.
Yeah, this is a very hyper environment. Yeah.
She said years of prayer, therapy, self-reflection, and making every effort to keep my feet on the ground has made me compassionate for other human beings. People go through and do terrible. We say we believe in God, pray for enlightenment. We are a living testimony. So yeah, this once again, I think Chris Brown's a non-starter. I think it's very specific to him. And I just think that he has not done the work that you're trying to do for him.
No.
So it's just hard for anyone to get past that. I'm sorry. Still love Jilly from Philly. I actually do understand what she's trying to say. I actually do think because I'm an actual empath. I know most people say they are. You're fucking not. I'm an actual empath, and I've had to learn boundaries in the last 5 or so years, and it's really changed my life. It's changed the way my energy works. It changed the way I feel about myself. It's changed the way I feel about other people. But I had to learn that. You know what I mean? I had to actually sit back and be like, hey, some motherfuckers ain't trying to save themselves. Why am I writing a version of their apology for them? They didn't do that. Right. You know, and I'm also not a hard-hearted person where I know a lot of people, you know, because of what they've dealt with in the past, even when people do all the steps and apologize and shit, they would never let those people live it down. They'll never let it go. Right. So, you know, it's those people that always break down why an apology isn't good enough, but they never have what apology is good enough. Correct. Give me the example of the great apology. You don't got one. Because at the end of the day, whatever happened to you, whether someone lied in an apology to you, whether it's the apology you never got, whether it's the apology you never imagined yourself having to give, whatever it is, there's a level of trust that we only allow people to apologize and forgive if we already kind of trust them. If we want to do it. If we want to do it already, we can. But with most of these celebrities, we don't know them, so we don't want to do it. It's not them, you know. And I think a lot of people think they don't need apologies and stuff like that. And I hear what they're saying, but they also say that because they know it ain't coming. Yes. And I think a lot of people don't give the apology because they don't think it'll do any good. And I challenge both of those notions. I know it sounds corny, but do it. Try it. You know, try it for yourself. All apologies are a bit selfish, but try it for yourself. Cause I know plenty of people that have said they didn't need an apology until they got it. And then they said, I needed that.
Right.
They didn't know.
I've been on both sides. Yes.
Their mind couldn't even fucking imagine it. You couldn't even imagine this person literally saying, I'm sorry, I fucked up. And this is how I fucked up. And you're right. And this is what I've been trying to do to right by you. And I want you to know that I fucked up and I carry that with me and it's not going to happen again, blah, blah. There's a lot of people that they ain't never had that. So it's just hard for them to be like, yeah, I would actually forgive that person. Or so instead they say, it wouldn't matter to me. It don't do no good. I don't need no fucking apology. I'm like, you sound angry. But
you sound angry.
But I get what she's saying. I just think it's way, way too complicated for Sunday morning Twitter. And I think her and Erykah Badu and people like that are still trying to like hold on to this like ignorance of our generation and our old school values. But they're conversations you can have as a Gen X person because we've had them. And anybody that is listening to the sound of my voice right now knows what I'm talking about because you've had fucked up conversations, quote unquote, before social media and before everyone was privy to your every thought. You're probably still having them, but you're having them in private now.
Right.
Where you're like, oh, let me go text that. Let me make the phone call. Twitter's not your buddies. It ain't the group chat. It ain't your friends. And
they don't care nothing about you.
Yeah. And a lot of agendas are flying. I saw her sentiment, understood exactly what she meant, went, well, that was bad to say, and came back later and she was trending. And I said, yep, that's what the fuck happens. So, personally, I would never be on here defending Chris Brown. I think it's corny and some loser shit, but I do understand the idea, the bigger point she's making about forgiveness, empathy, breaking cycles of abuse, things like that. I do understand therapy. I understand that people fuck up. That shouldn't be the end of them forever.
Right.
You know, I do understand it, but yeah, it just don't really fucking matter. So, all right, let's see what else is happening. Meek Mill reveals that his EV malfunction causing a crash that knocked him out.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, he
was it that Tonka truck that was having a problem with the pedal or something else?
I don't think it was Elon Musk's Tonka. I don't think it was a Tonka truck. Isn't that called something else?
I don't know what that truck called.
It don't look like it don't look like that truck, but I don't know. I can show you what the video of it. I don't know if the sound will come through because y'all know this shit be hating. Let me see.
It depends on which one you play it through.
Yeah, but this is what it looks like.
Look at this shit right here. Why the whole fucking brake pedal came off.
The brake pedal came
the
off.
First day. I never seen no car the first day the brake pedal came.
It don't look like.
Can y'all hear that?
They can't hear it. No.
Okay.
I don't think so. But it don't look like a Tesla. Because remember that, at least not what that Tesla looked like yesterday.
Flat. Yeah, the one was flat.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. Is Boeing making cars? What's happening?
I don't know.
But yeah, he bought a car. He said, first day I bought this car, no airbags. No airbags. Meek Mill the only dude in rap beef with himself. He makes terrible decisions.
Who is buying a vehicle in 2024 with no airbags? Unless your car was made in 1952, why we don't have no airbags?
What's up with these Cybertrucks? Because I had another brand electric car, not Tesla. I think it meant brand new. Not Tesla, do the same thing. I crashed and got hurt bad. The airbags didn't even come out in a total car. Tesla has always been safe for me. I tried some new shit. It almost killed me the first day. Well, maybe it's a Tesla ad. I don't know. But yeah, it's
I don't know either, but that's not looking good for EVs.
It's definitely not. It's definitely not looking good. And we see what it is out here in these streets. Meek, be safe. Brian McKnight is under fire after referring to his biological children as evil while commending his stepdaughter. I know. I guess they must have crossed his mind anytime.
Chad, this is making me go back and look through all his catalog and be like, lies.
I know. So yeah, he let's see. In recent weekly reply segment on his social media, he responded to a commenter questioning his treatment of his biological daughter Brianna, or maybe it's Brianna, comparing to his praise for his stepdaughter Julia. And of course, you know, he never wastes a chance to go in on his own kids, on his biological kids.
He really said, fuck them kids.
So I'm gonna keep that same energy, I guess. You have a daughter. I wonder how this post makes her feel. And then he says, the same. Well, then a person replied, the same God that said, honor your father and mother also said, children are a gift from the Lord. They are a reward from him. And train up a child in the way he should go. And when he is older, he will not depart from it. Your children are a reflection of the work and prayers and spirituality and moral compass that parents pour into kids. You disowned kids that you created, and you are also against God. But judgment day is between you and your maker. So carry on. He replied, God wasn't talking about children that are a product of sin, which these are. Jesus. So I guess he's saying he had sex with their mom outside of wedlock. So God don't count those kids. Now, are we sure that God don't count them kids? Is that in the Bible?
He count them kids. He said that he didn't say marriage. He just said kids. If you produce children,
right,
as the old black people say,
chaps.
Yes, chaps. 2,
I didn't raise them, their mothers did.
And that's the problem. That's the problem.
How is that not how's that not on
how's
you?
Not looking at you as you fucking deadbeat dad? The fuck is this, sir?
3, know the whole story before you're quoting the Bible. 4, take your inaccurate negativity off my page and try being happy. Jesus, man.
Yeah, he got problems.
Now look, and I'm sure he gets a lot of replies and he gets pretty hot because he's put a lot out there, and for some reason he ain't turned the comments off. So I know he be catching it in the motherfucking comments, but I just can't see what the fuck, how this is helpful in any way to anybody.
Right, and all it does is make what your other kids say go, oh, I actually believe what them kids are saying, because it sounds like you are a terrible individual.
Yes, yeah, exactly, man. Like it's kind of like that Monique shit. When the kid is talking, it's hard to just act like, well, the kid must need to shut the fuck up. It's like, yeah, I don't know, man. Like
it's 2 sides to this story, and
yeah,
hey,
you know, like that's a lot. GPs could sue general practitioners is what GP stands for.
Okay.
This is an article from across the pond, Britain. From the British, crackdown on sick note culture could see general practitioners banned from signing people off. What does that mean, Karen? That means people call out of work by getting the doctor to give them a note. Well, because there's been too many sick notes lately.
Because people are probably catching COVID and shit, and their jobs be like, you got to bring your ass in. It's like, the fuck I will. And they get somebody to write them a note. And people actually be hurt. Jobs don't give a fuck. Jobs be like, show your ass up. And it's one of those things people go, bet I'm going to have a motherfucker write me out of work.
All right. Well, now let's read the article and see if that's in there. Rishi Sunak claimed that a surge in people signing off sick with mental health conditions is placing unsustainable pressure on the welfare budget. Delivering a speech on welfare reform, what's his party affiliation? The Prime Minister
Republican,
said,
American version of Republican.
I don't know what it is over there. Okay,
/.
I love how much authority you just said that must be what it is. I have no idea because I don't live over there and I don't know y'all's politics. And y'all write those emails directly to Karen, okay? Because she said that shit, not me. She's also on Twitter at Say That Again, DAT, Say That DAT again.
You
so
can,
go directly to her.
If you want to. I will ignore the fuck out of them. Just let you know now.
You need to learn.
It is a waste of characters.
Why are you promoting staying ignorant? What's wrong with you? This is not that kind of show. We don't promote staying ignorant over here. If these are the Democrats of them over there, let her know. I don't know. And I mostly just don't need you to write the show with it because I don't fucking know. Okay, I'm admitting I don't know. Just address them to Karen when y'all write in. Especially you, Joe. I know you out there listening. Prime Minister said that people should avoid over-medicalizing the everyday challenges and worries of life. pointing the finger at people struggling with depression and anxiety.
What? Yeah, that shit is real, and it can impact work. And
He said,
get it
tough-
together. Tough shit.
He said, stiff upper lip.
We don't care nothing about your mental health. Bring your ass to work. Cuss your coworkers out, apparently.
Man, y'all gonna have to work through this depression. Come on
Right.
now, y'all get so.
And they might have depression because the job ain't paying them enough.
He said something has gone wrong since the pandemic to increase the number of people signed off working for long-term sickness, especially those with mental health conditions.
Yeah, so fuck mental health. But guess
So-
mental health, you can't have a job, apparently.
So you're saying that a time when people got to work from home and maybe get to focus on themselves a little bit more in a way they hadn't been able to before may have made some changes to become healthier, and maybe part of that is not working at a bad job,
Yes, sir.
not showing up at a place that affects their mental health and maybe endangers their depression and anxiety. Maybe they shouldn't, is what we're trying to say here. The speech comes a month after Work and Pension Secretary Mel Stride faced criticism for an interview in which he said there was a real risk that the normals, ups and downs of human life were being labeled as medical conditions, which then held people back from working. If you look at issues like long-term sickness, disability, and you add up all the costs of all the benefits there, you could get about 69 billion pounds. Sound real Republican-y. That's what they be
conservative.
sounding like over here.
I'm about to say conservative
Yeah.
if nothing else. I don't know what side it is because I know
Yeah.
it's built different over there, but this sounds like a conservative.
Y'all used to have that nigga with the fucked up hair that was the president or what, that prime
It was
minister.
bored.
And he was
the-
like the
the-
conservative.
The
He was like
off-brand Trump.
he was like they fake Trump.
Mm-hmm.
So what you will be hearing from prime minister is that we'll be taking measures to make sure that welfare spend is under control.
So he's saying people spending too much. Companies have basically had probably lobbied and complained that they spending too much money from the doctors, writing too many people out of work, and they having to pay for it. But my thing is, shouldn't you care about your people? You know, as a government, like the healthier your people are, the more productive they are, and all this other stuff, it's gonna cost money.
You know who I like to hear from on this, Karen? Medical professionals.
True. Because
His comments have been heavily criticized by medical professionals and disability charities who have asked Sunak accused him of being driven by bringing costs down rather than supporting disabled people.
right.
The prime minister said we should see it as a sign of progress that people can talk openly about mental health conditions in a way that only a few years ago would have been unthinkable. And I will never dismiss or downplay the illnesses people have. But just as it would be wrong to dismiss this growing trend, so it would be wrong merely to sit back and accept it because it's too hard or too controversial or for fear of causing offense. Doing so would let down many of the people our welfare system was designed to help. Here's the problem, though. You're talking about cutting benefits. It's not like you're.
Right.
It's not like you didn't come at this and present it in a we're trying to help people get back to work. It was we are trying to cut the budget
So that you
get back to work.
Right. Fuck your disability. Fuck your mental health. I actually don't care. And you're going to actually put more people completely on your system. I don't know how the systems work, but, I know over here, you actually going to maybe, well, I can't work because, the doctor write me out. Nobody will accept it, so I can't get a job.
There's a growing body of evidence that good work can actually improve mental and physical health. We need to be more ambitious about helping people back to work and more honest about the risk of over-medicalizing the everyday challenges and worries of life.
By cutting benefits.
Here's the other thing I would put out, too. You know what else the pandemic helped people do?
What?
Finally have time to see a therapist.
Yes!
You can see one via telehealth. You can see one through your insurance. People finally started utilizing those services that they never have time for.
Right.
People, you're saying they were over medicalized, and I'm like, or they were finally diagnosed.
Yes.
We all know people where it's like something is up with them, but they just ain't got the time,
Right. And then they got the time. You was like, yeah, that sounded about right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's kind of wild. And so they want to take away possibly the ability for your doctor to write you out of work and be like, hey, this person's dealing with just something that means they can't go to work for a second. They're like, nah, we don't need that. It said we don't. He said we don't need to just change the sick note. We need to change the sick note culture so the default becomes what work you can do and not what you can't. Building on the pilots we've already started, we're going to design a new system where people have easy and rapid access to specialized work and health support to help them back to work for the very first fit note conversation. We're also going to test shifting the responsibility for assessment from general practitioners and giving it to specialist work and health professionals who have the dedicated time to provide an objective assessment of someone's ability to work and the tailored support they need to do. Why does this sound like they just going to start a phone bank of people being like, get your ass back to work?
Right. That shit don't make no sense. And now I have to go to a fucking specialist versus going to my normal regular ass doctor, which means it's another appointment. Like, come on now.
Just call 1-800 get back to work.
Right. Yeah, like somebody said, you basically saying we're going to do what the Americans do and say, fuck your health. Fuck your mental health.
The phone number is 1-800
1-800 don't waste your time calling.
Right. You just go to AI gonna be answering that one. All the options gonna just tell you to get back to work. Press 1 to get back to work, or press 2 for get your ass to work.
Right, and I don't know what's happening over there, but y'all better vote too, because I guarantee you this is probably some positions got voted, appointed, or some shit, and they deciding to make these decisions.
Oh my God.
This shit matters, even over there.
And of course, like what the pandemic did for a lot of people too was it put people that have been dealing with the world through, various disabilities and stuff. There was lots of things where they were like, if we would just do this way, it would be easier for me and easier for everybody. And a lot of those things actually got implemented because we didn't have a choice. So suddenly all the things we had been saying were impossible for disabled people to experience because it's going to cost too much money, or it's going to take too much time, or how's everybody going to learn that you could just sit in front of a computer, but you still at work? Well, we figured the fucking way out, and now everybody's like, we got to cut this off.
Yeah, and the thing is, there have been a lot of people with a lot of various types of disabilities that have begged and pleaded for jobs for decades to allow them to have the ability to work from home, and everybody acts stupid and was like, we can't do that. Like I said, the pandemic called them a motherfucking lie, and you actually, to an extent, not trying to have more people in the workforce than probably ever had more people that was able to get an income that otherwise wouldn't be able to get an income. You have somebody, let's say you were in a wheelchair. Now, instead of you having to go through the process of leaving your house and going to your job, which may or may not be able to accommodate you, you can actually stay at the house.
Yeah, I also think this could be people saying come back to work, and you go, I'm gonna go to a doctor.
Yes,
I got anxiety and I don't want to be in there around y'all.
Right, I don't want to catch COVID or flu or whatever it is, and whatever y'all not getting y'all shots from.
Yeah, James Taylor, scope director of strategy, said we've had decades of disabled people being let down by failing health and work assessments and a broken welfare system designed to be far more stick than carrot. Much of the current record levels of inactivity are because of public services crumbling. The job qualities of jobs is poor, and the rate of poverty amongst disabled households is growing. We hope the system has been designed with disabled people and has been crafted to work with them, not against them. Well, it ain't been. So,
yeah, just because you have a disability does not mean you should be just crossed out of the workforce.
All right, let's talk about some other things. Terrance Howard is in the I don't even want to say in the news because that's not what I'm about to show you. But Terrance Howard was explaining why he is suing CAA, Creative Artists Agency, and he says he's owed $120 million.
That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money. Okay. So let's listen to this interview. He's on Straight Talk, and it looks like maybe Regina King is interviewing him. So I don't know if this like Straight Talk with Regina King or what. Wait, why isn't this playing? Oh, let me refresh. Why? We can get this to. Oh, great. Oh, so it doesn't want to play. All right. Well,
Now CAA.
That's a lot of money. That should have been.
Well, let's
that's
go.
not Regina King. I don't know who this lady is.
Me either.
Anyway, no disrespect. Oh, Daphne Wynn. Okay.
To another one.
I'm just saying.
CAA, Creative Artists Agency.
Okay, what's going on? You okay?
Child, him and that Jackie Brown here. What is happening here? Child, he is about to flip them bangs and give you the business.
You look like Charlie.
He is going to the club in 1970s.
You like one of Charlie's angels.
Yes, he does.
Charlie's mangels, if you will.
They represented me.
Mm-hmm.
They also represented some of the people from Big Bang Theory.
Mm-hmm.
They also did the deal with Fox.
Mm-hmm.
My show was with Fox. The people from Big Bang was with Fox.
Mm-hmm.
We had 28 million viewers. They had 11 million viewers.
Wow.
They were getting $2 million, damn near $3 million an episode, those white kids that had no name recognition, no Oscar nominations, none of that. We have 28 million viewers, and these jokers are paying me $325,000 an episode. And I'm like, every year I'm asking my agents what's going on. I didn't know that the packaging deal, my agents were incentivized to keep my pay low. So they'll go to Fox and say no, and they'll say no themselves because they were producers. They owe me over $120 million based on what would have been paid to white counterparts.
Yeah.
So
now he does know the numbers. He knows math. So if he says over $120 million, it must be true. And so it's hard for me to take him seriously with that hair. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm not even gonna pretend.
That he gonna break out and do a Soul Train dance.
He like he was supposed to be on the Brady Bunch with that hair.
Yes, he did.
But I understand he went through a lot, and I feel bad for Terrance Howard. So I hope
and if they cheated him out that money, I completely understand. And this is a complaint a lot of Black people have about their white counterparts, in a lot of these shows, regardless of if they're on their network or not. They like, hey, dog, like, we looking at these numbers and these viewerships. How y'all making quadruple what we're making, and y'all not celebrating us the same? We're hitting the same milestones, and we don't get the same things that these other shows get.
Yep, and it's not hard to imagine that there's a relationship between the agencies and the networks, and the Black people just get screwed over as collateral damage. Like, yeah, we cut some corners here, but we would never cut that corner with Big Bang Theory or something like that. So yeah, matter of fact,
hey, we're just fucking with them people because they Black. We're just fucking with them people because they Black. We're just fucking with them Black people. We're just fucking with them Blacks. We're just fucking with Black people. Hey, hey,
all right, Karen, what would you give it? 0 to 100 for Terrance Howard and that story?
Oh, for Terrance Howard, if everything he's saying is true, 100, get your money. Because at the time, regardless of how the show ended and what happened with the show, at the time that show was like one of their highest rated shows over there at the time, and everybody watched it, and everybody, particularly that first season, everybody watched it and everybody talked about it, and they literally should have got paid accordingly.
Yeah, I give it 75. And I only take 25 off because of the hair.
The hair is everything now. I'm not even gonna lie. The hair is hilarious.
I'm sorry, Terrance, but it's just, you did the interview in the hair, and the optics matter, and I can't get past the hair to get to full Dracarys level mad. The hair is making me laugh too hard to be as mad as I should be. Jokes. Like, it's when you got that sheen, okay? When you got the Farrah Fawcett on, it's hard for your boy to reach the levels of festivity that a Dracarys would demand. All right, let's go to the next one. Taylor Swift.
What about Taylor Swift?
She sings about returning to the 1830s minus the racism, and Twitter is in shambles. She, on her song called I Hate It Here, she sings about going back in time to a year when things were seemingly much simpler. According to the Grammy Award winner, she would travel back to the 1800s, but only under one condition. I'd say the 1830s, but without all the races, and get married off for the highest bid, she sang. She added, nostalgia is mine's tricks. If I'd been there, I'd hate it. Admitting that people often wish to go back in time looking to restore a feeling or experience they once had. The lyrics have been sent online and sent people into shambles online with jokes flying from a fan base and even critics. And so people, hold on, I have to show y'all some of these memes that people made. This is hilarious. Black people can't be serious about anything. It's funny because half the black people really, they just hate Taylor Swift, so they were trying to make it into something. Mm-hmm. But then it's also funny because like even in there trying to act like this is serious, it's just a bunch of jokes flying. It's like, well, come on, you're not really mad at an artist you don't listen to,
right? Saying
some elite white people shit. That's just, it's like par for the course for white people. This, I'd say the 1830s, but without all the races, is a picture of her face chopped in half with Martin Luther King.
He wasn't even around in the 1830s. It's not even that clever. What the hell is this?
How I felt when Taylor said we would pick a decade we wish we could live in instead of, I'd say 1830s, but without all the races. That's just a funny scene from, I think, Chewing Gum. These memes ain't memeing. Let's see this one. Taylor Swift walking out the studio after singing My Friends Used to Play a game we would pick a decade we wish we could live in instead of this. I'd say the 1830s, but without all the races getting married out for the highest bid. And it's just a woman walking in stilettos with the stilettos is inflamed. Taylor Swift in the 1830s without all the races. That's the first good one. It's Will Smith at the end of Fresh Prince in their house by himself. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, without all the races, it's gonna be, it's not gonna be too many people. Shorty wanted to be alive during the 1830s, the era where people would die from shit we prevent with antibiotics. Taylor Swift in the 1830s without all the races, it's just a person walking around, no joke. Where the hell is everybody? Oh man. All right. Then here come the serious people. I'm not gonna do that. Explain to me like I'm 5. Like, calm down, everybody. Calm down. All right, Karen. 0 to 100. How much you feel fucked with by that line?
I'm gonna tell you right now, 0. Don't care.
Yeah. Also, like, I thought what was funny, and I don't mean to be a dick to these people because it's hard to be funny, and it's also hard to be smart. And the line kind of takes care of itself when she knew and anticipated the racism shit. So she said, without all the races. Some person said 1830s is really crazy. Andrew Jackson, second great awakening of radical evangelicism, opium for childbirth, slavery and slave revolts, the Battle of Alamo. Now, she said without all that. So like,
yeah, they ignored the fuck out of what that woman said. Yeah, everybody just wanted to slam dunk. Yeah, so the whole thing of particularly Twitter is to take everything out of context and not read anything you say. So I still give 0. Do not care.
Yeah, I can't even front. I saw this and was like, this is such a reach. I'm sure there's other reasons to hate her, but this one, the fact that she addressed the thing that y'all would have been mad about is to me the ultimate. It's the ultimate like Twitterization of it, right? It's the ultimate like, well, we want to be mad, so we're gonna pretend that you said the opposite of what you said. It's like what she said without the racism. No, it's got to have you love racism, bitch. Like, all right, that's not what's happening.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't care, and like I said, I have a limited amount of things that I could be angry about. So I feel like if I'm going to pour my anger into something, it needs to actually reach a certain threshold. Because you have people that are so angry about everything that I'm not trying to be funny. I take nothing you say seriously because there's no way you could be angry about every motherfucking thing. You just don't have the time nor the energy. So I'm like, if I had to rate this 0, could not care less on my things to be upset about. This racist.
All right, let's go to the next one then. Stephen A. Smith calls liberals coward for lawfare against Trump. Scared you can't beat him, he says. He went on his buddy Hannity's show, and then he had already been talking on his own show about this. Check out the people that retweeted it, like Clay Travis and others, among others, who said, this nigga spitting.
Oh no.
I mean, dog, you can look at the comments underneath. I don't feel like I'm saying anything out of pocket. He essentially said something that made those people that typically hate black people and say a lot of negative racist things about black people go, yeah, Stephen A., you spitting the truth today.
To my liberal friends out there, all you're doing is showing that you're scared you can't beat them on the issues and the merits. That's why he keeps saying it's a political campaign against me. That's why he keeps saying they can't beat me at the election, at the polls. This is the only way they could do it. And if you don't put him in jail, and he still goes from being the presumptive GOP nominee to the official GOP nominee, and he goes to the polls, even though he was going to whine about winning and being rigged again, you have given more fodder to that argument, which means we'll never have peace in this country because tens of millions of people see what extent the other side is willing to go through just to keep him out of office because they can't beat him on their own merits. And they're going to say, hey, you trumped this up against him again, and we'll have no peace when all you got to do is figure out a way to beat him on the issues. But you haven't been able to do it.
Now, Stephen A. has had some very conservative moments in my time, you know, and I always try to be fair to Stephen A. because I think, once again, sometimes it's pile on culture where it's sometimes he says something that's not that bad and then people treat it like it's that bad.
Right.
But he's had some horrible moments, you know, going to Chicago, talking about black on black crime, to all these people and just completely being out of pocket and out of line. You know, and I think he likes to do those things to signal to somebody, whether it be his bosses, whether it just be people that he imagines are listening, whether it be fellow kind of quasi-conservative types. He likes being that wild card black guy that I'll tell the black people like it is. You know, I'll say this. He also went on Fox News and said that he explained that why certain black people would vote for Trump because of his criminal charges. Yeah. I know. I know, man. I know. Let's see if I can find it. But you know, it's that thing where he does this all the time. This is a Kaepernick. It's not that we don't understand. We disagree. I understand what his point is. I disagree with what he's saying. And I think what he's saying is essentially bad for everyone involved. What's happening is he gets very vague. He's not specific with the trials and the charges against Trump. There's many trials that Trump is going through. He makes them all seem politically coordinated, as if Joe Biden is sitting in his office or the Democrats are sitting in their office going, well, just put them in a trial. We definitely don't want to fight the merits of the argument and talk about the issues. They've been talking about the issues. They don't talk about Trump like that. Like they might send a shot at him, but Joe Biden's also talking about student loans and immigration and passing budgets and helping Ukraine. Like he's not sitting out there campaigning on just, hey guys, we don't like Trump. That's not enough, you know? And for Stephen A. to get so vague. So which trials are we talking about? Because let's say that you feel that way about the Stormy Daniels trial. That's not a Democrats thing. Like him covering that up with hush money and shit. That's not a Democrats didn't make him do that or gotcha with that bullshit. He did that. His own people that paid for that he got paid for are the ones that are testifying against him. What the fuck you want us to do? What about the insurrection trial? What about the classified documents trial? What about the E. Jean Carroll trial where he's essentially been convicted of sexual assault twice now? Like what how is that the Democrats and how is that him being persecuted? Because he went and said basically that Trump was being persecuted and that black people can relate to the persecution of Donald Trump. Which I'm just like, what black people are you talking about like that?
Right.
Yeah, here I found the clip. Let me put the Fox News one there so we can get the full picture of it. So here's the one he did on, I guess.
Think about Donald Trump. I think about this case in New York. I mean, I'm looking at the Democrats right now. And again, primarily I have voted Democrat throughout my life, but I'm utterly disgusted with what I'm seeing because it seems to me that they're trying to use the law and the courts. They've clearly politicized this thing with Donald Trump because they can't come up with a strategy to offset the momentum he's clearly gained. In at least 5 polls, he's up. He's up in the polls over Biden, at least 5 polls that I counted. That's the reality of the situation. Despite the counts against them, the indictments against them, being impeached twice and all of this other stuff, he is the presumptive GOP nominee. And you don't seem to have the issues in your favor, you believe. So because of that, you're going to manipulate the system as best as you possibly can to avoid him possibly running for re-election.
That's not even the right clip. Let me see if I can find the one where he says black people gonna vote for him. But yeah, it's just it's also like a very anti-black idea that we relate to Donald Trump specifically because he is being accused of crimes. That like it's such a simplistic thing because it makes it seem like black people are just so fucking stupid that we're like, well, anyone accused of crimes, we on their side, as opposed to like, well, what did he do? What is he accused of? Do we believe he did it? You know, those things matter as well. You can't just.
But I got to tell you something. As much as people may have been abhorred by Donald Trump's statement weeks ago, talking about how black folks, he's hearing that black folks find him relatable because what he's going through is similar to what black Americans have gone through. He wasn't lying. He was telling the truth. When you see the law enforcement, the court system and everything else being exercised against him, it is something that black folks throughout this nation can relate to with some of our historic, iconic figures. We've seen that happen throughout society. So no matter what race, what ethnicity you may emanate from, we relate to you when you're suffering like that because we know we have.
So that was the black part of the statement. And the other part of this I'll put out there too is he then did clean up damage control in the way he did with the Kaepernick thing, where he just gets mad at every black person and black outlet that noticed what he said and didn't agree with it, and just starts trying to act like he didn't say it. Like Roland Martin, that is not what I said, and da-da-da-da. And Roland Martin, of course, breaks down exactly what was said on his show. You know, he did the same thing with the NAACP, who was like, no, that's not, black people don't identify with this shit because of this. You know, there were so many people that were like, yeah, we disagree with what you're saying. He did like an 18-minute segment on his own show where he just essentially doubled down. He didn't say anything different. It's just this gaslighting, like, well, y'all don't understand what I'm saying. No, we do. We understand. We don't agree. We are black. We also have opinions. We don't have to say, yeah, we identify with Donald Trump because he's on trial. That's not what the fuck we were saying. Like, only a person that's not in community or just extremely simplifying it, because I don't believe he's not a smart man. So I think he says these things knowing how they look, knowing that he's going to end up you know, trying to intimidate people out of disagreeing with him. NAACP said, relatable show of hands. Anyone in your black community have 88 felony charges pending, filed for bankruptcy 6 times, made an attempt to overthrow the presidential election and our democracy, and still had the ability to fall asleep in court and dream of being president? Hashtag blasphemous. And he said, this is absolutely positively sad that you, the NAACP, would misrepresent my comments like this. I was asked what blacks who support Trump are thinking as to why they support him. I answered that question. Sad, but you're entitled. Good luck. Maybe that will beat Trump, since little else seems to be working, which was my overall point. We shall see. And it's also this thing of framing Trump as winning, because the thing I keep pointing out is, well, it's been 6 years and Republicans have lost so much when it comes to actual votes. When it comes to just going to the polls and voting, no one cares about that. Everyone cares about the polls. Everyone cares about the latest expose and the data. No one seems to care about the data that I'm tracking, which most of us should be tracking, which is, man, a lot of these available seats that were Republican going to Democrats over and over and over again. Red wave that was promised 2 years ago did not come to fruition. What is going on with that? This Roe v. Wade shit still got people amped up going to the polls.
IVF.
Yeah, like the stuff that y'all are saying isn't coming to fruition. You know, this doesn't saying Democrats should relax or not be on their P's and Q's, or Joe Biden them don't need to campaign or anything. I'm not saying that shit. So don't put words in my mouth. I'm simply saying we're allowed to accept the good news as well. Not just the pie in the sky, the sky is falling shit. Not just the guys, we're going to lose. Trump is going to kick everyone's ass. Like, we actually don't have proof of that. You know, because we don't actually cover the erosion of the Republican vote. We don't cover the people that say they ain't voting for him. We don't cover the fact that, like, in some of these primaries, the anti-Trump vote, you know, the one where, you know, they don't love Nikki Haley like that, but it's enough of a like, hey man, we don't fuck with you. Like we went to the polls and spent time just saying somebody but you. What are those people gonna do? No one's interviewing those fucking people. No one gives a fuck. So yeah, I think he's contributing to this mass, you know, hysteria around it. But anyway, 0 to 100, Karen.
This gets I'm gonna give this a 75. I'm irritated because I've had time to kind of, some of this is new, but some of this is already heard. And you know, when it comes to his political perspective, I actually don't care. I'm not trying to be funny. It's one of those times where, you know, I like when he talks about sports. I like when he talks about, you know, kind of TV shows and things like to me, that's more of a funner version of him that I really enjoy, regardless if you like it, don't like it, indifference, don't care. But I still give it a 75 because I am irritated. Donald Trump is not a political prisoner. Because that's kind of, in my opinion, that's the way you present it. Like, black people are supporting him because he broke laws. Like, he literally broke laws, and he didn't break laws because he was standing up for the people. You know, he tried to well, he did, in my personal opinion, and he's on trial for disrupting transfer of power of the federal government. You know, so it's one of these things where, like, even if we quote unquote do it the right way, if he still comes along and fights it and shit like this and still gets his way, was it fair? Was it right? Even if we quote unquote beat him, and you know, type of thing, you know, because and we keep harping on this when it comes to vote matters, because all these trials and shit, Donald Trump and his lawyers have done a brilliant job of delay through everything you can to gum up everything so that we can wait until after the election. And if he wins, he will all this shit will never see a day in court. People do not realize how important this is. If he wins, he will never be tried for any of this shit, and it will never come up again.
Yeah, I give it a Dracarys, because I think Stephen A. does know better. And, you know, I said as much on the Karen Hunter show, and, you know, I heard that through the grapevine he wasn't pleased with that episode of the show or whatever, but I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm tired of people that are loudmouth, opinionated, bombastic personalities being like, oh, I'm upset with you, and then that's supposed to be the end of it. People get upset with the shit you say all the time. That shit don't mean nothing. We're not gonna do anything to each other. We just disagree. You say a lot of disagreeable shit, and people don't agree with you, and you just gonna be all right. You say mean shit about people all the time. I didn't like the fat phobia you threw at Zion Williamson. Who gives a fuck if you don't like me? Who gives a fuck if you don't like what I have to say? You could clearly carry that point of view all the way to Fox News, where you're not an expert. Now, look, when he's talking about sports, he can get specific. He can go to games. He can go to moments, seconds. He get the Trump is platitude. It's generalization. It's nothing specific. It's all this shit where it's like, why the fuck are you even on that channel? Like, what is even happening over there? You don't, like, you're not an expert at this. Now, if you want to go become an expert and really put your mouth to it and put your mind to it and start breaking shit down, then do that. But this shit where you just talking in general, save that shit for Pokemon or your favorite Dragon Ball Z character, because it's corny to me. And no, I don't have to like it. And like I said, I'm not as hard on him as many people are. So I'm not like budging off of this shit. You wrong. If I saw you to your face, I tell you you're wrong. If you cuss me out or got loud on me, it wouldn't matter to me, because at the end of the day, you still be wrong, but you be cussing. All right, let's go to a next segment. It's time for us to be problematic. Let's do some guess the race.
What time is it?
It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race.
All right, guess the race. Going around the globe, find different articles, guessing the race of people involved. Today, contestants, Karen in the chat room. JL Covan's playing from the sick and shut in list. Woman busted for seeking a threesome.
Oh. Okay. I need more details, because the threesome ain't a crime.
Right. A Louisiana woman last night forced her way into a male neighbor's home and sought to initiate a threesome with the victim and his girlfriend.
Oh, that's a problem. You were not invited. You was like, oh, y'all want a third person? Excuse me. We did not invite you nor call you to participate in a threesome.
Dispatched to an 11:15 p.m. harassment complaint at an apartment in Monroe, a patrolman was told by the police that upon answering the knock at his door, the unknown neighbor forced her way into the residence. The woman, the victim said, began trying to have sexual activities with him and his girlfriend. While the alleged late night incursion, however, did not result in any three-way action, a woman did end up in handcuffs. Not kinky. Police canvass of the area and located the female suspect at a nearby Circle K. So I guess she said, damn, I struck out. Let me go get something to drink or something.
Didn't go far. Let me go get a snack.
Quench my thirst. She was identified by cops as Shadana Rayshonette Hurd, 31.
Not Rayshonette.
The male victim confirmed Hurd as the suspect. Hurd was arrested early this morning and charged with unauthorized entry of an inhabited dwelling, a felony, and several misdemeanors, including disturbing the peace, criminal damage, and resisting an officer. She's locked up in the local parish jail.
Boy, he must be knocking a bomb at that bitch. She was like, I'm tired of hearing y'all fuck all the time. Can I get some too? Ma'am, no, you cannot join us. Sorry.
I just feel
Sorry,
bad.
I got that ding-a-lang, but no ma'am.
I just feel bad for, him having to pretend that he didn't want it, Because he had to be like, oh, I'm disgusted. No, ma'am, please, just, honey, because you don't want this, right? My girlfriend? No, you don't want this? No, yeah, exactly, right? We're both the same amount of upset with you, ma'am. Please put your clothes back on and stop touching my penis. This is really horrible to me, and I would never, this is not a fantasy or a dream of mine at all. And anyway, call me when you get out. But until then, just please stay on your side while my girlfriend's here. Karen gets the race.
Black.
Karen's going with black for Shadana Rayshonette Hurd. Let's see what the chat room believes. I know some black Hurds, black He's your man, our man, Black. The boy is mine. I didn't hear the article, but walked in on the name. The name alone says it's nigga Black. Black men don't cheat. Black. Press your luck. Black and Black. The correct answer is, everyone basically said the same thing. Y'all got it right. Black.
Yeah, I'm about to say, if there was any ethnicity with Rayshonette in the name that wasn't Black, I'd have been shocked and surprised.
I'm not gonna lie, her picture kind of looked like she would come over to your house and be like, so what's going on with this threesome?
What's going on?
What's happening? What's happening over here? What y'all
got tired of hearing y'all.
Right. And then you're not gonna be the only one getting some dick up in here. I got to see if it's really worth all that fuss. I'm hearing all them 5-star reviews over there through the wall.
Through the wall, right?
You better bring on them whips and chains. I'm trying to take you down, babe. I want to lick my sugar, baby. I want a piece of that meat. I'm a freaking lady. Go down. I'm a baby. Yeah, I'm pretty tasty. All right. Let's go to the next one. A woman was arrested for willing a corpse into a bank to co-sign a loan.
Oh, is this some real Weekends at Bernie's?
Not a corpse. Bank employees in the Bangu neighborhood of Rio de Janeiro show Erica de Souza Vieira Nunez bringing the body of Paulo Roberto Braga into the bank branch. He had died at the age of 68 just a few hours earlier. In the video, Miss Nunez is reportedly heard calling Braga her uncle as she spoke to the body and propped up his head. Not propped up his head. Ma'am, we propping up heads now. She asked him.
He died. She was like, but I ain't get my money though.
Was she moving the bottom of his jaw?
She was like, oh, he just old. He just see.
Now he co-signing. Let me just help him.
He taking a senile nap.
I would like to sign for the loan, please. Yeah, see, that's how he talked. She also asked him to co-sign for a loan of $3,400. That's it. Oh man, Uncle, are you listening? You need to sign the contract. If you don't sign, there's no way because I can't sign for you. She said in the footage. She then grabs a pen and forces it into the dead man's hand, telling the corpse to hold the pen hard. Sign so you don't give me any more headaches. I can't take it anymore, she says. Did she kill him? Like, how do we know how he died?
Right.
Because this shit don't sound, it sounds way too suspicious.
They need to investigate. Did she poison that man?
At one point in the video, a worker points out that the man looks ill, that his color is unusual, but she waves off his concerns. He is like that. He doesn't say anything. Uncle, do you want to go to the hospital again? Okay. He's always a little blue around the gills. He just
what?
He like oh, his finger fell off. Yeah, he just do that sometimes. It's a little trick he do. You ever heard pull my finger? This is his version of pull my finger.
I know. Give me that. Let me just put the toe back on.
Why he smell like that? Oh no, he's always smell. He just you need to take a shower again. We gonna take a shower after we get this money. Police and paramedics responded to the scene and found that she had been pushing the dead man around in a wheelchair during her visit. She told police she was the man's niece. She was arrested on the scene. She may now face charges including fraud, embezzlement, and abuse of a corpse. She tried to pretend to get him to sign the loan. He already entered the bank dead, said the chief of police. The main thing is to continue the investigation, identify other family members, and find out more about this loan. How bad did you need that $3,400?
Ooh, that must have been life or death.
Because like $3,400 is a lot if you need it.
It's a whole, it is a whole, if you need it, that is a whole lot of money.
Let me tell you something. $3,400 is a lot of money if you don't got it. I don't know if it's pretend to Weekend at Bernie's a nigga. I don't know. But I don't know that it's not.
Yeah.
I thought some strange thoughts in my days when the money was tight. I never got to like find an old dead person and will them into a bank.
That was not on the agenda.
That's mostly because I hadn't thought of it.
I ain't got that bad yet.
I hadn't got that bad. I was like, can I sell plasma and sperm?
Right. That's why I don't be have my nose up on people that says I don't never know. I ain't never been pushed to the wall like that, baby. I don't know.
Look, I always say people with great talent get put through great fire. Okay. Me and Jill Scott say that all the time.
Oh no.
Maybe she got a lot of talent. Have you heard her albums? I don't know. An investigation continues. Yeah, okay, that's basically it. Guess the race.
Latino, Hispanic.
Okay, all right. Karen's going Latino, Hispanic. Let's check the chat room, see what they believe. For some reason, there's 3 boxes on my screen. It's 3 boxes on yours?
It is.
Okay, I'm sure it'll go away after I share and take it down.
It probably will.
Yeah. At any rate, weekend at Paulo's.
Oh no.
Latina, scammer Latina. I think some people, Hispanic, some people are probably abstaining because this is a pretty popular story that made the rounds.
Oh, okay. I didn't see it.
The correct answer is Latina, but I also would have accepted black. That's her. They have it on body cam.
Wow.
Like, I don't know. What kind of bank do y'all have body cams? What be going on in y'all bank? That's a lot.
They was like, yeah, looking at this film, he was gone when he walked through. When she brought him in here, he was already gone.
Right. She was trying to make it seem like it was the bank fault. You're just so boring. He can't even stay awake. Wake up, honey. You want some juice?
Boring.
All right, let's go to the...
You literally bored him to death.
Right. Let's go to the bonus round.
I ain't racist. How can I be racist about anybody or anything in my life? How can I?
Call them niggas. Just call them niggas.
It's time to guess
Gold
the race.
teeth, gold chain wearing, fried chicken and biscuit eating, monkey, big baboon, big dive, fast running, high jumping, spear chucking, 360-degree basketball.
A Missouri man is facing a felony theft charge for allegedly swiping 8 luxury vibrators from an adult toy store and then trying to fence them via Facebook Marketplace.
Child, he said luxury, child. Them things can be how many thousands of dollars did he steal? Because you know, vibrators can get expensive if you go up a little bit.
I just appreciate his enterprising ways. Okay, he's trying to flip them dildos.
Come on.
I will watch a reality TV show based on this called Flip My Dildo.
Yes, Flip My Dildo. I think I'll watch that too.
Flip My Dildo.
I will be here for that. On the next episode of Flip My Dildo.
Dildo flippers. You can stretch it out. You got the Dildo brothers.
Come on.
You know? Christopher Michael Booth.
Dildo twins, because you know sometimes dildos are double penetration on both sides.
I don't know about all that, but yeah. Sure.
Oh, okay. Oh, you don't know about that?
I do know. Guys. Christopher Michael Booth, 34, was named yesterday in a felony complaint charge with him stealing vibrators valued at $1,539.20 from Hustler Hollywood Outlet in Berkeley, a St. Louis suburb. The purloined sex toys, which retail for around $200 a piece.
I told they get up there in price, and I've seen some more expensive than that.
They're all manufactured by Lelo, L-E-L-O, or maybe Lilo, a Swedish company that advertises itself as one of the world's leading designer brands for intimate lifestyle products. Booth last month allegedly took the vibrators from a display, placed them in a white trash bag, and raced out the store. Oh, old-fashioned dildo jacket.
You putting them on the map. People go, well, shit, if he's stealing them, this must be the bomb.
Yeah, he was doing the 5 fingers and 5 inches discount.
Yes, he was.
Employees told police they recognized the suspect because he had been there in the store a day earlier and had argued with them before being asked to leave. He also recalled he had the number 314 prominently tattooed on his neck.
How you gonna have your area code tattooed on your neck?
He didn't want them to have to do a lot of research. They said we should search the St. Louis area. That's where he's at. We got a big clue. Items consistent with those stolen from the store were later offered for sale on Facebook Marketplace under the defendant's Facebook profile. Oh,
yeah, and you know, like everything else, they got some form of a serial number or ISBN, like something. People go, "Ain't that the number y'all lost?" Yeah, I think that's the number we lost. They ran that shit. They go, "That's our stolen product."
Well, I think if you look at the TV show SDU, Special Dictums Unit, they actually do track these. They actually do track the dildos, and they have special tracking devices and serial numbers. But I think he probably scraped the serial number off the side.
Turn on the Bluetooth.
They probably scraped the serial number off the side. You know, that way when you buy a hot dildo off the streets, you don't want it to be traced back because it might have bodies on it. You know, so you got to.
It might have bodies on it.
You got to be careful.
On it, and it been in bodies.
Who the fuck is picking this shit up from Facebook Marketplace? You got to go meet the person like Craigslist and look them in the eyes as they hand you a dildo. You know, it's like, oh, I wanted to get my wife this $200 dildo, but this man selling it for $50. I guess I gotta drive out and meet him in Lowe's parking lot in the middle of the night,
sir.
He's gonna open up a trench coat at the mall, like
wide open.
Hey,
I got some dildos.
Hey, y'all look for some dildos? Y'all, hey,
it's Valentine's time. Mother's Day's coming up.
I got these dicks. Buy one now, you get it with a fake gold chain. The items, yeah. So his rap sheet includes multiple theft convictions. Karen, guess the race of Mr. Christopher Michael Booth.
Oh, Mr. Booth is white.
Karen says he is white. Let's check the chat room.
Putting shit in bags and walking out the front door, that's some privilege.
Okay, all right. Murphy Lee from Saint Lunatics down bad black, says Carrie. All right, got one vote for black. Karen says white. It looks like the other people are taking their sweet time. White says Trey. White says Romy. So someone's getting booed no matter what. So we got blacks and
somebody
white.
Getting booed.
Three names: KKK, white. It's like a lot of people saying white. The correct answer is white. And I believe that means Romy has to get booed. And that's him right there with that 314 tattoo.
Oh, like y'all, it is like humongous on his neck too. Like
Right.
you can't even miss it. Ain't like it was small.
That's the kind of tattoo where you don't get to do crimes.
You do not get to do crimes.
Like like that kind of tattoo is too noticeable. You gave up a life of crime. Now I know tattoos of that nature also means you only have a life of crime you can get into.
Yes, that's all you do.
But it also means you don't get to do like anonymous crimes. You go into prison. Everyone know who you are.
That's how people identify you.
Right. All right. Let's go to the last thing, sword ratchetness, and we'll wrap this up.
They were like, oh yeah, you know 315 man. Yeah, oh, I know who that is. They don't even know your real name. That's what they call you.
All right, sword ratchetness. We go around the globe, find different articles involving swords, and we try to spread awareness about the way that they're just sitting around here unpoliced, unregulated, and they're still very dangerous to people in society. We'll never get guns under control when we don't even have swords under control.
Right.
Home Depot is selling medieval swords, and the online comments are flame emoji.
I didn't even know this.
Once again,
I've been to Home Depot, never seen them.
Once again, what are we doing as a country?
Right.
You can't sell guns in Home Depot, but you can sell swords. That's not what Home Depot's supposed to be about.
No.
Y'all supposed to be about building things and helping people put stuff together and going into the backyard and making a garden. What fucking point does swords enter the goddamn equation?
I know somebody in there for a class on how to put up that ceiling fan, and here you come in here with a goddamn sword. They're like, look, I was just here for the noon ceiling fan class. What is this?
Yeah, this is crazy. They said online shoppers had a lot of funny comments. Reclaim your freedom from the tyrannical English king with this authentic William Wallace sword, reads the item's description.
Oh no!
On Home Depot.
Oh, I thought that was the jokes, but no.
Adding the stainless steel blade comes with an authentic leather sheath that can attach to your belt. Now, what person is gonna look not insane with a fucking leather sheath walking around like Braveheart? The real William Wallace fought and lost against King Edward the First during the Battle of Falkirk. And while Home Depot is 700 years too late to aid, the Scottish online users are here for it.
Oh, 700 years too late.
Here are some of the comments. Is this sword suitable for overthrowing an oppressive English monarchy? I have a large fire-breathing dragon in my yard that I need to slay. Will this work, or should I hire an exterminator?
That's good. That's hilarious.
Can I use this to create a sword bouquet for my wedding? You know, in case one of the a horde of orcs tries to crash it or something.
Can I use this with my throne and form more sword for the throne?
Is this effective in slaying vampires? Is this sword sharp and sturdy enough to carry in the battle, or is it just suitable for a bit of light pillaging?
Not a light pillaging.
The sword is available for online purchase only.
Oh, that makes sense. I ain't never seen it in no store.
Yeah, and I have a picture of what the sword looks like. It's a very elegant looking sword here. It actually looks like kind of flimsy to me. $50 for the stainless steel sword.
That's all?
Yeah. Questions and answers.
Child, that's one of them swords when you're playing a video game, it'll break and you have to upgrade it because they were like, this is your first sword.
Yeah, it do like your first sword.
Yes.
Is it full tang? What does that mean? I don't even know what tang means.
Oh,
the type of letter? No, this is a decorative piece. It's not intended for any other use. What is the game in the screenshots? Given the description of the pet leg, I'm going to say Tekken, not sure which one. But I think that's either Kazuya or Jin's pants.
Not Tekken.
What screenshot? I don't even know what screenshot they're talking about. Why do you call it a replica sword if it's not the right original size? Or at least it would be helpful to know if it was 1/4 size replica. No one answered that. What kind of stainless steel is it made of? It's made of regular stainless steel.
What kind of stainless steel? Is it special?
What question was that?
Is it fire-breathing stainless steel?
The overall length is 40.75 inches. The blade is 29 inches long. I hope this helps. Which store location sells these? Is only available online. Yeah, this is crazy. We just letting this happen.
They got a sword. You can get a shield. Real shit. You can just be whole ass night. They have other shit. What, child? Why is the shield hiding the sword?
I mean, that makes sense to me. I mean, if someone has a sword, you can sell me a shield for twice the price. The value.
Value. But I mean, for the person, yeah. I mean,
the value is even if you own the sword, the value of the shield is high.
Yeah, that's true.
Half the stories we read is niggas getting killed with their own swords.
Yeah, that's true. Well, yeah, if you have a shield, a sword, you need a shield too. Don't get half the package.
Oh my god, people are insane. We just gonna let this out here.
That's hilarious.
They have reviews. My lawn gnome is now my loyal squire. Home Depot stainless steel William Wallace sword transform my mundane chores into epic quest. Ask the cashier about the dragon repellent warranty. Freedom used this against my lord of land and no longer have to pay my due for this month. Very effective against landlords. Way better investment than rent.
That's hilarious.
This piece of steel saved my life when I found myself in 1300 AD.
That's hilarious.
Oh man, really?
Dude, people don't take those. I don't even think they purchased this. I think they just gave it 5 stars and was just leaving reviews.
Fucking Home Depot, man. What are you doing?
We are unserious people.
Stop. You shouldn't be selling damn swords.
No. Why is this even on your website?
All right, y'all. That's it. Thanks for listening. We may take tomorrow off. I got some stuff I got to do with Keith and the girl tomorrow night. So it really just depends on how early we can get started and whatnot. If not, that's cool. You should get a couple moon reviews from me soon. I need to review Damsel and I need to review Rebel Moon Scargiver. Part 2.
Okay, second part came out.
I watched both of those and I'll be giving y'all reviews. So and I think that's it for now. So until next time, I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah.